Brother, get Jeremiah 51, just dig all of that. Babylon should be heaps. You know, going to the scriptures, Babylon should be a desert, wilderness. Yeah, I mean, any brother, bro, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Shalom, shalom.
Okay. The water bro. The water bro.
Hey, we live, yo.
Okay.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, we'd like to start off by giving our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashura Hakadas. We also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops, a great millstone, Ruel, as well as peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. We are the GMS Mississippi Camp. And we out here once again, week in, week out, to prophesy the downfall of America, man. All right? Which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. We're here through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai to pierce the veil and show you reality for what it really is. This is not really America. It's spiritually Babylon the Great. All right? We're not really black people. We're really Judah, Benjamin, Levi. You see the sign. All right? Judah, Benji, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar, man. That's what we really are. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous Americans, man. All right? Go ahead.
Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Yeah. How about
and the veil that is spread over all nations.
The covering cast. What's that covering cast, man? Caesar Borgia.
Yeah.
Edomite supremacy.
Edomites thinking they're white Americans.
Yeah, Edomites thinking they're white Americans. That Western veil.
Judah thinking they're Negroes.
Judah thinking they're Negroes. All right. There's a veil that's been covering the world. What do you say about what, 500 years?
Yeah.
Since the advent of Caesar Borgia being depicted as Yahushai. All right. So we're doing more than just yelling. We're doing more than just saying, hey, we're the chosen people. We're doing really, this is like spiritual power through the spirit, man. All right. All right. It's like spiritual power through the spirit. All right, go ahead.
Go ahead, finish your point.
Hey, piercing the veil. Hey, turn down their eyes. Esau, the so-called white man, credited in eyes, OZ, where he's depicted as the God, the hero, the savior of different countries. But in reality, he's a bully.
That's right.
And we're going to get into that through the spirit, man.
Always the victim.
Always the victim, man. Come on, man.
I got one more just to back up. Support the claim. Revelation 20:3. And cast him into the bottomless pit.
Yep.
And shut him up and set a seal on him that he should deceive the nations no more.
Yeah, hey, the bottomless pit being what? Europe.
That's right.
And that's Esau, Edom are losing his power, man.
That's right.
Starting what, 325 AD
That's right.
to around mid-1300s.
That's right.
That's that 1,000 year, man.
Dark ages.
The dark ages, man. And that's when the greatness of Jake was covering the earth.
That's right.
And as you get into the Moors.
That's right.
All right, that's but part of that
James era.
King James era.
Yeah. The Tudors.
Yeah, hey, but part of that covering cast is we not knowing our history. Leaving Jerusalem.
That's right.
Leaving Jerusalem, we was lit.
That's right.
All right. So that's part of most of putting that life back in us. Their history, man.
Right.
Their history is power.
That's right, brother.
Know who you are is power.
Right.
No, you once knew this.
Know you once knew this, man.
Stir up your pure mind.
Yep.
If I can add to what you said,
Yep.
because during the Dark Ages you had the Byzantine Empire. Now, a lot of the judicial and the legislative laws that run America, people equated to Rome, but it was during the time of the Justinian era, which there was Jake.
Yeah.
The time of the end of the Byzantine Empire. But just like you said, they call it the Dark Ages. But a lot of systems that run the earth efficiently was started by Jake during the Dark Ages.
Hey, a lot of because you went into that, you was like really you could tell who was Jake in Europe based on their production, based on like their ingenuity, their reasoning, man. Jake always is a problem solver, man. And you said this too, like a lot of men You might see them on a workplace, right? They might be like the head person of this department, and they'll be Jake's, right? It's like, bro, that's a ruler. Either he's a ruler or he's a guy that can organize an empire. You know what I mean? It's just you gotta put Jake face on them people, man. You know?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, you know, how we just went to by his great lies, you know, his sorceries.
Yeah.
When you look up the Dark Ages, why was it called Dark Ages? From AI Overview, it says the Dark Ages was named later Renaissance scholars who saw the period after Rome's fall as a time of cultural decline, ignorance, and lack of intellectual progress.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at this shit.
yeah, because they made a damn joke in that one
Esau,
movie.
bitch, man.
In the movie Bruce Almighty. You know, they had Morgan Freeman. they had Morgan Freeman playing the Most High, and after him and Jim Carrey character Bruce got done talking. I want to say walking on water, but then you know, the Most High began to walk away from him, and then he was like, Bruce was like, "Does God take vacations?" And then the Most High was like, "You ever heard of the Dark Ages?"
Yeah.
Well, they try to make it seem like the Most High abandoned humanity during the Dark Ages.
I want to say that was on the movie Wanted as well, if I'm not mistaken. But no, go ahead, finish what you were saying.
But nah, man, that's total BS.
It's total
and,
BS,
and it's propaganda against the tribes. The Edom doesn't want Jake to see themselves anything other than a slave, man.
But then again, from a logical standpoint, Esau is not going to remind his captives that they once had him in captivity.
Right, bro.
You know, I'm not going to.
Fear of a rebellion.
Yeah, in fear of a rebellion. I'm not going to put that power back in your chest.
Goes back to Psalm 83. Cut them off being a nation.
Yep.
You know, that way it can kind of keep all the truth buried. Because, you know, if like you said, we know who we are as a people, especially back in the day, it could have been an uprising, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Go ahead,
A
bro.
little more back into Revelation chapter 20, verse 3. Till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loose a little season.
Hey, and what's that little season? Right now. From the Renaissance means rebirth. Because that's when that Roman spirit came back. That Pompey spirit came back. Them freaky people came back into power, man.
Naughty by nature.
Naughty by nature, man. Those deviants. All right. I think it was Florence, Italy. And there was like a central place for that debauchery, man. All right. But now America is the full combination of the Idumean soul. It's not normal for a whole city to be a party city. That's not wrong.
Yeah.
That's not wrong. All of Memphis, all of Jackson,
Yeah, New Orleans.
New Orleans, come on. Yes, particularly New Orleans, Atlanta, San Francisco. Those are party cities.
Yeah.
They even had shows, Sex in the City. Even them little freaky black women shows on these streaming networks is all about some freaky debauchery stuff, man. Yeah.
And even what the point Chapada always go into what the concept of fast food.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, routine people was eating it, but the elite wasn't eating that shit. And it's the same way with that stuff now.
Yeah.
Or even with the sports being rigged. Like we know now sports are being rigged, so on and so forth. But if you go to Spartacus, they was doing the same shit.
But you know, see, we was born in low culture. And we thought low culture was the shit. We thought Burger King, McDonald's, your life being about getting sex, you know, you rapping or being an entertainer for a living. I want to be a Grecian for a living.
Right.
Right? We all wanted that to one degree or another. The elites gave us that as crumbs, but we weren't taught high culture. We weren't taught laws that made us stand with our back straight. Laws that said, I don't eat this, I don't do that. Nah, I don't talk to her. You see, she's married. We weren't taught classical music, jazz, Vivaldi, Mozart. You think the elites don't listen to that? Bach. We weren't taught that every facet of life that you bring into your life is supposed to benefit your soul or your body. Esau gave us crumbs, all right? But now we understand the byproduct of being a damn Roman all your life. And now, in order to heal, everything you see, everything you got to do to heal, you got to go against Rome.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was just thinking about like people going to weight loss, right? Now people are going into 1 meal a day. That's anti-Rome. Yeah. You know, what's another one? People becoming
Herbs instead of the pharmaceuticals.
come on, they're going into herbs instead of pharmaceuticals, man. That's anti-America.
People getting sleep. Put emphasis on sleep.
Yeah, because
To the party cities.
yeah, hey, circadian rhythm. So everything that Rome taught you, you realize, man, this is against nature, and this is why by the time I'm 30, I'm done. because you weren't taught the circadian cycle. Then look, when around the time the sun go down by 8 or 9, that's really nap time for a lot of people. Getting up early, that's healthy. Taking the shit around the same time every day, a big log coming, that's healthy. So we were eating right is healthy. Morning walks, nature walks. Look at Elon. So 20 years ago, you looked at the Eastern way like it was too restrictive. Now slowly people are seeing the benefits of the Eastern way.
It protects you from your nature.
It protects you from your own nature.
You think about even dealing with the women. Like you got like a super fine looking ass woman.
Yeah.
But she all covered up.
Yeah.
That's to protect her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's right.
But now it's that Roman spirit, because you see the women now. Back in Rome, they always had that sheer shit they were wearing. You can see through it. But that's what the women do now. They have all that see-through shit. They walking around exposing everything, man.
Them nipple shirts.
Yeah.
But even niggas, you can't tell me they're not helling this. I'm gonna get the scriptures right after this. As a matter of fact, to keep it in the scriptures, a brother could hold Maccabees first chapter where they said they built gymnasiums. All right, because what was Jake doing? Jake was walking around butt naked working out, right? We talking about men. Jake walking around butt naked, hauling ass, right, in the track and field. What does Jake do now? They got them net shorts.
Right.
Yeah, spandex, or them shorts, the circle, you can see their quadriceps.
Hey, what about, was it 2 years ago, Jake was in the gym on leg day, what they call it? Short season and some shit.
Yeah. Them to the rumpers.
Well, no, yeah, I'm not debating that, but it was like 2 years ago. Jake would do leg day. They would have long shirts on, but they would have their fucking legs shown. And it was something, well, you know what I'm talking about, right? It was all on TikTok.
They tucked them in. They actually tucked them into their compression shorts.
Right.
Because why do you want? Well, the point is going back to we coming back to our nationality. Even men were covered.
Yeah.
In the Hebrew world, men were covered.
You have breeches on your garment.
Yeah. So when you're in your private home, your woman can see all that. But even men, we were modest.
Yeah.
So even men were covered. The Hebrew way, the Middle Eastern way, we were covered.
Was the quote always ham cursed?
Oh, he was looking at Pops.
Yeah. He's nakedness.
He was looking at Pops' nakedness, man.
Meanwhile, who was at Sam and who was over
They bagged up and covered them up.
Yeah.
Ham was laughing at it, and that's the real.
That's a real nigga.
And real Ham is really like that.
Yeah.
A real Hamite is kind of weird like that. Yeah.
But where he get it from? The serpent.
Yeah.
All that shit starts from the serpent.
Yeah.
The originator.
Because Esau was like that, but we're gonna stick to the scriptures to go into the history. Because Esau really put his spirit a veil in front of our culture. And in order to have peace, you know what I mean? You got to go back to the ways of your forefathers, man. All right, you really got to go back to the ways of your forefathers, man. And first, it starts with Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai. That's the access. He gave us the laws, but beyond the laws, he gave us a way.
Remember the old past.
The old past, beyond the Tarah, beyond the laws of Moses, he gave us other laws, man. Proverbs, Sirach. And if you really apply that, man, it'll change your life.
That's why Yahweh said, I come in the volume of the book.
Because I come in, because it's all the spirit and the energy of Yahweh side, man.
I got 2 quick ones for you.
Oh, yeah, let's go, bro.
Hey, this is Deuteronomy. Jaws on?
I had that Maccabees.
Okay.
You started a little bit.
Yep. You could go to the point where it said they built gymnasiums.
It says, this is Maccabees 1:14. It says, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen.
And
Crunch.
the Crunch Fitness.
Crunch Fitness.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness.
And guess what? We go to the gym.
Yeah.
But this is the point. This is Greek culture, man. And like I said, Jake worshiped this stuff, man. Even like the name of the body parts, all those got Greek names on it. You go look up all the different muscle groups in your back. It's all Latin names, Greek names. But glutes is short for like gluteus maximus, I think. So it's all these Greek Roman names because it's rooted back to Greeks, man. Because Esau was like analytical like that, Esau's analytical like that, Go ahead, brother.
Where'd you get the Olympics from too?
Yeah.
The Olympics is a heathen caricature.
Yeah.
Heathen alternative curriculum.
Because you know what? The overall theme, correct me if I'm wrong, bro. The overall theme of the Western world, the Grecian world, the Hellenized world is entertainment. The overall theme of the East is worship. The overall theme of our forefathers is Yahweh Bahashim. That was the theme.
Yeah.
So the laws, obedience. So that's how in America you got Olympic billboards, right? Promoting Olympics. Where in the ancient world, you pretty much had billboards in the East, in Jerusalem, the laws. So if you walk into the city, you can see the laws.
Right.
That's how you have a Nike logo on your shirt. Well, that's what we had on our shirt, not phylacteries. The laws. So, no, but that's still indicative of what the printers are. Yeah. So
and you see like a small speck of it.
I threw it back in the hole, bro.
Messing with me, y'all.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm saying like they show you like a small form of it. Like when you look at certain places in Jackson,
Yeah.
You drive down Belvedere, you look at Belvedere McDowell, like they got the commandments there.
Yep.
Or off Bailey Avenue, like they got the commandments. But in Jerusalem, it was everywhere.
That's right.
You know.
On your house.
Yep.
The gates.
But we're gonna keep receipts, man. Babakasha, can you get that in the law? How like the laws is written everywhere? Because I don't know particularly where it is. Go ahead, bro.
I got something for you too. I know if there was when you weren't going into adjacent and trying to build it.
Oh, you can do that too, bro. Hey, that kiss ass nigga, man. Fucking sellout, man. We had sellouts. That's how we got sellouts now, but I'm not even gonna switch like that. Go ahead.
This verse, 2 Maccabees chapter 4, starting at verse 7. It says, but after the death of Seleucus, when Antiochus called Epiphanes to the kingdom, Jason, the brother of Onias, labored underhand to be high priest. Verse 8, promising unto the king by intercession 360 talents of silver, and of another revenue 80 talents. Besides this, he promised to assign 150 more if he might have license to set himself up a place for exercise and for the training up of the youth in the fashions of the heathen.
Well, isn't that what Jake does under this Hellenized world? From the time your little boy 5 years old, you raise him up to play football in the world of the heathen. You're not going off because under the curses, Jake needs some shit to do. But where did you get it from? Them damn Grecians. Yeah. You know?
Back in the ancient world, we was raising our sons according to the law.
According to the law.
You know, and then they learned after the trade of their father. So
really, the Israelite men were priests in general.
Yeah, yeah.
But when we got Hellenized, you raising up your son, a tiny teacup football, you know, daughter a cheerleader. It all goes back to Greece, man.
And ultimately, Jake is trying to teach their sons to make it out.
Yeah. So he won't be just, incarcerated or dead. So we know why you do it. But in the ancient world, Jake was infatuated with that Greek culture.
But it showed you that's how you had this day when we are in our captivity, man. Because now, like saying, they push their children to try to, be an athlete, to make it to the league and do all that. But that's just a higher step of being a more predominant slave, I guess you can say, because you still got to go through the different tactics of what is it called when they can do the little meeting, the combine. They testing them out. That's no different than the auction block. Slap all that damn grease on them and have them flexing, looking through their mouth. They checking their time running, how high they can jump. It's the same thing.
Like you're a fucking animal, man. Fuck you, man. And you know what? Sometimes you work on your vulgarity, but man, I'm angry at this man. Because I know how Esau looks at the house of Israel like we're fucking animals, man. And it's like, you know what I mean? Our women, our kids, and you black demons, you love taking the kids to the hospital. That's a different story. I'm gonna stick to the spirit, man.
Let me jump down to the point. Verse 12, it says, for he built gladly a place of exercise under the tower himself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat.
Can you imagine that? Oh, he made him throw on a fitted cap. Yeah, he made him throw on a fitted cap. Because look, our forefathers, we rock these right here. These are turbans.
So God be one of you niggas from Sakara.
Yeah. And you know how abominable that is to set up a Planet Fitness in Jerusalem? Like, you know what I'm saying? That energy. You finna set up a Planet Fitness in the middle of our homeland, then make everybody rock a New Era fitted cap. Like, take out, shave your beard, take the turban off.
Right.
You know what I mean? Take them oils off. Yeah. All their frankincense and myrrh you wear, take that off. You know what I mean? Take out, wear some cologne. You know what I mean? Put on Creed, yeah. What's his name? Michael B. Jordan on the billboard, that half naked nigga. Right. You know what I mean? That's another Grecian nigga.
In Maccabees, a definitely go into how Antiochus he wanted to make us more ungodly or more
Of the way of the Grecians.
Yeah, he wants to be more and more Grecian.
And the first thing he wanted to do was get rid of
Judah coming for you. You know, basically, the more we are estranged from Yahweh Shemashah, they can prolong their captivity.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
the Israelite man's kryptonite is sin.
That's what it is.
If it's anything to make the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American man weak and vulnerable, it's sin. Look what happened to Gad. By the time Esau came amongst Gad, most of them was just transgressing. You see the Apocalypto, you know?
And the sad part is that they left the East to come over here to start over.
To practice religious freedom.
Practice religious freedom.
Because, you know, I take that phrase because I was in school. They taught us the Quakers came over here to practice, or the Puritans. No, those were Israelites that really came over here to practice religious freedom, man. The crackers was degenerates, and that was peons, and that was test subjects. Let's see how they make it in this land. Because if they die, they were just expendables. That's why Australians, those Edomites, those are criminals from Europe, and there was test subjects to see how they would make it in that terrain, man. That's, you know what I mean? But go ahead. Was that it on that, bro?
I got the other one for you.
Okay.
This is Maccabees 1:11. It says, in those days were, so like in those days when they're out of Israel, wicked men persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
A covenant with the heathen. You know? Go ahead. Contract, yeah.
That are round about us, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
So they was depending on the system.
Yeah.
Right? And we're back in this time frame right now through the process we call reincarnation. Ecclesiastes 1:9 it talks about how history merely repeats itself. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's the same people coming back on earth.
Yep.
Right?
Those
Back in flesh. What's back in the flesh? Your spirit. And according to Numbers, the 14th chapter, we come back on earth around the 3rd or 4th generation.
Well, what did it say in Acts? Yahushua came for all who are oppressed by the devil.
Yes, sir.
So even from the Grecian Empire to the Roman Empire, Jacob was still oppressed.
That's right. That's right.
You know?
Same deal.
And the same wicked carnal niggas in the world are the same ones that are back in today's
That's
time.
right.
Mhm.
That's why 99% of the individuals that are in these entertainment areas, these football teams and these basketball teams, all the niggas in the world.
Yep.
You have a very small percentage of individuals who have converted onto the truth of the Most High Yahweh.
Yeah, they're playing in that world.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
during Roman time, they were what? Like Michael Jordan, LeBron James, they were great gladiators. You know,
And
Kobe Bryant was a great gladiator.
Your ass being prepped up in junior high and high school,
Yeah.
but then college, that's the real breeding ground for that Greek shit.
Yeah.
And they call it Greek shit.
Oh look, I don't know if y'all been watching TikTok, but it was a chick said that basically once she took that oath, she started seeing demons and everything under her bed.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
she
So
was
she
trying to
Played,
play
she was,
Delta.
Delta.
a Delta.
Sorority.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
taking that oath opened her up to them spirits.
And they go right straight to Egypt with the pyramid and the elephant.
That's right.
Delta go back to Egypt, the Delta in Egypt.
That's right, brother.
And those women, go ahead, bro.
Delta, y'all had like their own guy, like the Deltas have they Delta guys,
Yeah.
the AKAs, they have their different guys, and also the fraternities as well.
And each frat or sorrow works for a family of the elite. Look it up.
And they, yep.
Boulay,
Huh?
niggas.
And it show you that, you know, reincarnation is a real thing, because the brother read in Maccabee what they say, since we turned away from the heathen, basically always depending on the heathen. Well, those the same niggas that was in Exodus, man. Talking about, you know, we done left the leeks and the garlic,
Yeah,
and all
that's
them the same
Some
niggas,
same
man.
niggas.
You know?
Because one thing we realized through a pattern of history, niggas miss Egypt.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because niggas was living good in Egypt.
But you know what? In Egypt, Rome, Greece go back to Egypt.
That's right.
And niggas missed them privileges as slaves.
Yo.
Go ahead.
That's like I said, it's a balance to it. Like on the right hand side, the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Now, much more on the left hand side, the spirit of the 2/3.
Yeah.
They're gonna come back and them saying, you know, subjecting lots as well these latter times. You know?
And that's why the scriptures goes into how gift destroyed the heart. Because Esau, Edom, and even the ancient Pharaoh, they had to take care of us to a certain level and a certain extent in order to keep us healthy,
That's right.
to keep their kingdom,
Oh,
to keep working for them.
Hey, just like now, you have a system.
Yeah.
You know, you have certain protocols within the system health insurance and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Keep you so-called healthy.
And to keep your ass from rebelling too. He'll work the shit out you all year, then give you income taxes.
Right. And take half of it.
He take half of that or give you a little bonus check, but he been paying you shit all year.
And
You
only
pay back.
again, by law, corporations are the only entities that's supposed to have income tax, man.
It's like when they somebody that won't give a 3% tax cut. Nigga, for you that's $30. For them, that's $30 million. That's
Water,
why
bro.
they really focus on them tax cuts going to. Your check $30,
You go down there with them
$35.
brothers,
They got
the three of them
35
down.
million.
Yeah, you go down.
That's enough to pay their whole workforce off.
All right, I want to get some more off that.
Yeah, I found the point.
Okay. It's all
This
good.
is first Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 41. It says, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws, so all the heathens agree according to the commandment of the king.
Hey, can I say something more? And that shows you the precedent. All one just talking about that's a new world order.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. All one people is a new world order. And we heard that also in Genesis. Nimrod.
Right, bro.
And you watch that movie Alexander the Freak. He was pushing that in that movie, man. Like, cause his comrades was like, why are you treating these barbarians like they're fucking Grecians? He was like, no, we're gonna teach them Greek. We're gonna give them an education. And his comrades hated that shit, but they was pushing like this is the beginning of the Edomite mind.
And Alexander was taught by Jacob.
Yeah.
Aristotle was a Jebite.
Yep.
Right?
Got it.
And then even he had love for the Hebrew Israelites because you had a priest, which they saw and displayed on the movie, was showing him like this is you according to the book of Daniel. But according to the movie, he was a so-called African. No, he was an Israelite priest from the tribe of Lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
a so-called H.
They showed that in the movie.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They showed he was like basically he was correct me if I'm wrong, but he was standing and you had like this Haitian looking dude. But he was displayed as a so-called African, but he was actually a
They
Levite.
straight up showed the truth.
Yeah, but see, that's the reason why Alexander let us exercise our law, statutes, and commandments. Because he kept having dreams, so it was their priest that broke it down about the dream. Like, this is you're the leper. You know, so he believed that because it made sense.
And for those of y'all that have the Josephus mentions that as well. Because it's secular history. You got it.
Verse 43, it says, yeah, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
2/3. Yep. 2/3. Hey, get that part real quick about the show. It said profane the Sabbath. You know?
Hey, that's heavy. The apostle to our day, according to this year, 2026, the year of the sellouts, apostates, and we're agents.
Agents, you know? And then he added on the time with Jacob's trouble.
Oh,
He really added on to that.
Well, ICE pulling up, man. ICE in Mississippi, yeah.
Because now it's basically a police state.
Yeah.
In Greenwood, they didn't confirm it, but they had like their board of supervisors meeting, and they had it, live on Facebook, and it was the word National Guard came up sending them to Greenwood, Mississippi. It's like an hour and a half of the road.
Yep.
All right, this is 2 Maccabees chapter 6. This is in the Good News Bible. All right. 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and starting at verse 6. Start at 5. And it says, and the altar was covered with detestable sacrifices prohibited by our law. It was impossible to observe the Sabbath, to celebrate any of the traditional festivals, or even so much as to admit to being a Jew. Each month, the king's birthday was celebrated. The Jews were compelled by brute force to eat the intestines of sacrificial animals.
Yep.
You compel, you're driven, you're forced.
But what does that remind you of, though? You just brought out the point. What does Jake eat around New Year's?
Chitlins. Hog. I think what's the little shit they do? I think they hog jaws and greens.
Black eyed peas out, but the point was the intestines of other animals.
Yep. I'm gonna read again.
Yep.
All right. 2 Maccabees chapter 6 and verse 7. Each month, when the king's birthday was celebrated, the Jews were compelled by brute force to eat the intestines of sacrificial animals.
Now they got reincarnated on the plantations because not only did Jake have to eat swine, they ate the discards of the swine by force. The only thing they could eat was the discards of the swine. So it was still inadvertently by force. It's fucked up, man. But guess what? Jake being a damn what do you call it? Abused woman. All right, now they love it.
Yeah, battered woman.
A battered woman. They love the pain.
Yeah.
They love the pain, man. They gotta have it. They're good old swine. Arteries all clogged up. Heart can't beat worth a damn. They got artificial arteries plugged up to your heart, and you love it, man. You know? Yep.
They got to take blood pressure medicine and all that shit, man.
High cholesterol.
You know? Let's a little bit more on this.
Yeah, go ahead,
I'm
bro.
going to jump down to verse 8. On the advice of Ptolemy, the neighboring Greek cities were also instructed to require Jews to eat the sacrifices. They were told to put to death every Jew who refused to adopt the Greek way of life.
So this is coming in real time with this micro scene. Okay, we're in that time frame right now. It's over. The way of the United States about 20 years ago is fucking over, man. It's do or die right now.
Yep.
That's the point, bro.
All right. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Quick, man. This is Judith 5 and 20 is the point. Now, therefore, Judith 5 and it's a point. Judith 5 and 20. Now, therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against this people, the Israelites, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Like you said, the first mission the Greeks had was to make them sin. Take Superman's strength away.
So wait a minute. If they know to make us sin, they must know who we are.
Yeah.
Think about this.
Because who are you sinning against?
Right.
You know?
And that's why I said about Esau, yeah, he's carnal, but he still utilizes a spiritual game plan to take down spiritual.
That's why he's the accuser of non-brethren.
That's right.
What?
He has to ensure he places a blockade between us and the Most High. Because the Most High is not dealing with him.
That's all Christianity is. That's all black culture is. Hispanic culture. When the Latin America is rooted in swine's flesh.
Oh, straight up.
Then nigger culture is rooted in adultery. It's just straight up in the nigger culture. The Southern Kingdom, adultery, unalivings, all the abominable sins.
But the Northern Kingdom too, though, like they heavy adulterers, bro.
Yeah.
Especially the women.
I keep hearing that, bro.
You know, women got it bad.
If we get to a point about our promotion, and the thing was worship Yahweh Bashim outside.
Can I get that point y'all just made, bro?
Yeah, that was
a few more verses down.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I get it's point. The point y'all you just getting into is a few more verses down.
Okay, come on, bro.
I'll jump down. It says,
yo, got some over
verse 47. It says, they set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrifice swine's flesh and unclean beasts.
So now you have Pleasant Hill LB Church.
Yeah. But then you got the cookouts of the church.
That's right.
Them cookouts.
Yeah.
A lot of times the cookouts be in the woods, like an outside in nature. I put it that way.
You're right.
Them catfish cookouts, swine's flesh.
Yeah, Jake, they big
Reels.
Yep.
I would say groves.
Groves.
Yeah. You know the way the church is set up.
Yeah.
You know, it's set up like you walking through a grove forest.
And where they get that from back in the day, Israel would go out there in the woods to hide, to go sacrifice and make do rituals to those gods. And when you deeper you get into the woods, those tree branches they overlap. They overlap.
Verse 48, it says, it's the point, it says that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable with all manner of uncleanness and profanation. That's it, right?
Yeah, profanation.
Profanation. It says,
to make you heathen, like, man. You know, to the point to where, you know, what they would think if the Heavenly Father look at you, he can't tell the difference between you and these other nations, man. But the Heavenly Father look on the spirit, all right? But this goes to show you, these are the Gentiles the New Testament Apostle Paul was writing to, man. Because you have to connect this history. It's a part of it, you know?
And Israel became so wicked, those that became circumcised, they were reattaching that skin back to them to follow the ways of the Greeks.
It's just true story. Yeah, those are the descendants of them Jakes that went off. You know, by the time you got to the New Testament, You're looking at the descendants, man. You know, that's why during the high holy days, the Jews that was in Jerusalem was looking at Cuzzo like, man, who the hell are these niggas? You know, them distant cousins that was coming.
But that's the point. That's what the New Testament is about.
Yeah.
You know, you have the circumcision. Like, look at these niggas.
Yeah, that's right.
No, they can't come in no more.
Tattoos everywhere. Bald head.
You know.
It's like two more. It says, to the end they might forget the law and change all the ordinances, and whosoever would not do according to the commandment of the king, he said he should die.
So, like you said, going back to the NWO, going back to the Karagma, you know, and it's the hour of temptation. You know, that's what. Hey, this is not just about let's just embrace the customs of being an Israelite here in America. No, we're warning our people about the foresaid evils, man. We're warning our people about the evils to come, man. You can get that scripture about the laws, the receipts, man. About a shot.
And I'll give us the coin because I won't. What you looking for?
This Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord Yahweh, our power is one Lord. If thou shalt love the Lord Yahweh, thy power, with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day should be in thy heart. If thou should teach them diligently unto thy children, and should talk of them when thou sittest in thy house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
And you know, and that's the beauty of the first covenant, you know, because the law, it wasn't in us, you know, but the fact we would rehearse it, like we would always speak about it, but it was to remind you. It was always about reminding you, but because the Lord knew we was flawed, man. He knew he wasn't going to keep it perfectly. So, you know, basically going back to like I speak about in the New Testament, you know, a carnal commandment with the law is spiritual, but the Lord had it to where we would pretty much, you know, observe the law carnally in a sense. If you put it everywhere, this will constantly remind you of it. You know, so it'll make you want to, you know, do it. But Israel still ended up going off, showing you ultimately it was the Heavenly Father's plan. Because in order for us to keep the laws perfectly, we have to be changed. It's the only way.
Got you. Ezekiel 11 and you know what? Ezekiel 36 and 26. A new heart also will I give you.
That's the new covenant.
That's right.
You know, a new mind, man. You know, because these minds we have now, they're corruptible. Your spirit is righteous, but you got a righteous spirit because your spirit from the Most High. You know,
that's
but,
right.
But it's a carnal mind, man.
That's right.
You know,
You're deep. Yep.
But now, scripture you always get in it's in wisdom. There's a wisdom of Solomon.
Yep.
It speaks about the corruptible body.
Yep.
You know,
press down the soul.
Yeah, way down the soul. Press the soul. You know, because we're naturally flawed, man. But when the Lord does this, that's a different level. You know,
got a point for you, bro. Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 and verse 16. Every man from his youth is given to evil.
You programmed. It's your program. So what the Heavenly Father's going to do, he's going to change our programming, man.
That's right, bro.
You know, you got it, bro.
Neither could they make to themselves fleshly hearts for stoning.
You can't change yourself. None of us back here can make ourselves righteous, man. But what the Lord does, what we see, even without you seeing his name right there, that puts emphasis on Yahweh Shai. It puts emphasis on how we need Yahweh Shai. Because we can't make ourselves perfect. But it was going to show you, you know, by way of our big brother, Yahweh Shai, we're going to obtain immortality, man. You know, Lord willing, we endure. And then he's going to give us that fleshly heart. And that's the order to things, man. We're no longer going to have that stony heart. Once again, going back to us receiving the laws, statutes, commandments in the wilderness, the laws were written on tables of stone because it was a reflection of Israel's mind. Us being obstinate, hard-headed. You know, even though in the Lord, by way of using a laser from the chariot, he actually etched, you know, the laws in a stone.
With the finger of God.
Yeah, written with the finger of God. It says that in Deuteronomy. You know, the finger of God that was written with the laser beam from that chariot in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. You know, but that was reminiscent of our people. You know, Israel's stony heart. But what the Lord is doing right here, he's changing us. The law is going to be downloaded in our mind. It's showing you, see what Edom has planned for humanity Hey, the Heavenly Father already light years ahead of you. It's already written what He's gonna do with His people. You know, He saw you know He want to put His way in you by way of a charisma. You know, you being able to download information by way of a see up. Hey, you old news, man. But see what the Lord gonna do with us. He's actually gonna make His people perfect. You know, we're gonna be on the level of angels, but we're gonna be in superhuman bodies, man.
Yeah, celestial, terrestrial bodies.
Celestial, terrestrial bodies, man. You know, and that's the glory of what we're involved in, man.
And just like angels, we're gonna be ministers because we're gonna administer His kingdom on this planet Earth.
That's right, bro.
So we're gonna basically implement the laws, statutes, and commandments in the earth.
Yep.
So every brother is gonna be like a priest within himself.
That's it.
You know, just how the Most High sent the priests, all right, to show the heathen how to keep the law so they won't keep getting tore out by lions. And what's the Samaria? You know, and it was in 2 Kings 17.
Yeah.
The Most High sent priests to send to the heathen. All right, I want to say Cush, because they was going off in the land of Jerusalem.
Okay.
So, but we're going to be those priests that show the nations the laws. Basically, they're not going to sacrifice to us, but they're going to have to keep the laws, man.
And it was to help them, you know, to keep them from getting attacked by those lions.
Yeah, come.
And something recently happened, and Lord, I can find the information, man. But basically, something was going on with Amalek. Like Amalek was getting attacked by different wild animals in the land of Israel, you know. But it shows you like this has all happened before, because that land doesn't recognize you as the people. That land has a spirit, man. You know, we're the people that's connected to that land, man. You a stranger in our land, you know. You got it, bro.
Come.
So you guys.
All right, come.
Back on this on Psalm 51:5 in the NLT for this King David. For I was born a sinner, yes, from the moment my mother conceived me. So it shows you right there, you know, we're not perfect right now.
You born with a stony heart.
You born with a stony heart. You know, goes to the chains of darkness. You read the book of Jude.
That's right.
You know, so we're waiting for Yahweh Bahashim Hashah to equip us with a new spirit.
Yep.
We're gonna be righteous like by default. Just like how we go off right now easily, that's how much easily is going to be on the right hand side of the kingdom.
Yep.
We're going to do nothing but righteousness.
And as a beloved brother said, man, you know, we need to have patience. We need to have patience for Yahweh's plan, man. You know, because the Heavenly Father has a lot planned for His people. Like the elder brother just said, making us perfect. The fact that you'll never sin again. You know.
That's far out.
Yep.
All right, so I'll get Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
So it's back in Deuteronomy 6. Sorry, verse. Let's go to verse 8. If thou should bind them up, if thou should bind them for a sign upon thy hand, and they should be as frontlets between thy eyes.
And like you said, we had stubborn hearts, and that's why the Most High put them everywhere, because we had stubborn hearts. And what the elites do? They advertise everything to you to put it into your subconscious. Like the movie They Live, it's like they're programming you to buy their product, to buy their commandment. Just do it. It's the opposite of the laws.
Yeah.
Just do it, obey your thirst. Well, these laws and these reminders that were supposed to go into your subconscious, it was reminders to resist your flesh.
Repetition is the father of skills. You know, Lord was reminding us, man, you know.
It says,
It's just like Yahweh did to Peter.
3 times.
If you love me, feed my sheep. Yeah. That's behavior modification, right? And then even when you go into feed, it goes into domesticate. Domesticate goes into what? House. So through the preaching, we're domesticating the people of Israel, the elect, and letting them know that they're from the house of David.
Repetition too.
That's right.
Because where you return to every day, return back to the house.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah.
So, you know, Peter's sheep, he repeated it 3 times. Noah prophesied continuously the same message. It was repetitive. The Most High's men or highways and hedges in these last days are doing what? Prophesying the exact same word week in, week out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the books of Moses, like Deuteronomy, Exodus, you know, Leviticus, it's all the same things. Like repetitive form.
Oh, Deuteronomy, second law.
Second law.
You know, so it's repeating.
Yeah.
Okay. And we say, I'm the Lord, Yahweh Bashim, how shall change not?
Yep, that's right. That's right. Inculcating. You know, you teach somebody, you drill something into somebody through repetition. Like you're getting into. You see?
How shall I learn? At least a man teach me.
That's right. And then you teach somebody from their youth up. The Jesuit priests, they have it on the left-hand side. They say, if you ever, however you want a human to turn out, you get them before the age of 7. If you want to, basically program a child, a human, an adult, you get them before they turn 7 years old. So same thing with the laws, man. You teaching your little ones since they babies, it'll be almost second nature. You know what I mean? Same thing with a skill, a talent. You put a basketball in a newborn hand, you got them dribbling the ball at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're gonna be nasty by the time they 12. Say they're gonna become one with it. They're gonna become one with it, man. That's how we got, even before we came into the knowledge, we had certain biblical stories already in our mind, because depending on what background you came from, you knew about Noah's Ark. You went to Sunday school, you knew about Sodom and Gomorrah. We didn't have the truth, I'm not saying that for sure. But it is that our mom, and they raised us when we was 4 years old, to have those visuals in our mind. I'm grateful for that part.
I remember you had mentioned some, I'm not sure, we was in elementary, you spoke about, the mark of the beast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But even though we didn't know what it was, but it's something we thought about.
We thought about, man. It was a curiosity because it was in the book of Revelation. You scammed through the Bible. You didn't know the truth, but you scammed through the Bible because it scared you. So I read it because it scared me. But the point is, it started from when we were a youth, man. Even songs that came out early 90s, I remember them. Or songs that I learned in Head Start. I was 4 or 5, but I remember them because you know what I mean?
95.5.
Yeah, 95.5, all that, man. And how do you teach an Israelite? Through songs.
Images.
Watch, you can vividly remember certain BET videos from the 90s, certain Nickelodeon episodes from the 90s. The imagery, man. So we got the Paleo Hebrew, the laws written on walls and phylacteries. It's the drill that in you, man.
The power images.
Yeah.
The characters of the alphabet is shaped like,
it's images. And that's why Jake is so lost in the school system. It's no imagery, it's no music, it's no visuals. Jake is a visual learner.
Yeah, you saw call it what's it called? Dyslexia.
That's when the words are backwards.
Yeah, but no, we're supposed to read the Hebrew from right to left.
From right to left.
So you backwards.
Yep. You bored as fuck, Esau.
That's right.
That's
why, the tribes in the condition that they're in right now.
Yeah. Nope.
Because your school system is boring.
It's boring.
If first and foremost, it's supposed to comprise itself of the truth. And secondarily, it's supposed to be, as you went into the alphabet, it's supposed to be in imagery. It's supposed to be in different mechanisms of what the Most High created, and that's how you route meanings of words back to. That's how you route the conception and the understanding of descriptions to things back to. So he didn't give you things just all far out because he believes in science. He doesn't believe in the Most High.
And you don't use none of that shit at work, man. None of that. Everything you don't learn in college or college curriculum, you don't use none of that shit. And they tell you even in school, you'll learn mainly most of that shit through your internship.
Yeah, because go ahead, bro. Nah, it's a fucking program. You go to an internship on a job, them 90 days, you're gonna learn everything within them 90 days. Because you keep showing up to work, and it's going to get more and more familiar to you, man.
All of this is to keep up the system. It starts from school.
Yep.
Your grade school till basically you getting up every day going to work.
Yeah. Hey, cause guess what DJ T sent his son? He sent his son to business school.
That's right.
He didn't send him to no school to learn how to be an employee.
Straight up, bro.
But that's what we do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Edomite way is to train up more slaves and more workers.
Yeah.
While they be the owners of the entire corporations.
Yeah, a lot of them dropped out of school. You read this, a lot of them, they didn't go to college.
Well, the greatest American pioneers were like middle school dropouts. High school, the greatest American pioneers that you read about, they had a 3rd grade education, an 8th grade education, man. Because at some point they thought for themselves, man. Now we're yet this day in our captivity, so you shouldn't drop out. You got to get your at least diploma. Yeah. But the point is, the school system is a food system. That's the point. The way you know it's a scam, the food is garbage. Yep. You got 30 little ones sitting in the classroom, and they all think different.
And most importantly, the degree, when you analyze that term, it means to downgrade.
Yep, to step back.
To step back.
Yep. You're gonna pay $40,000 a year to go,
but you only getting paid annually $20,000.
Yeah.
I was watching the video of the one chick. She said just to kill off some of her principles
They go into masonry too, don't it? Because it's like degree.
That's why Yahushua's father was what? A carpenter. But Esau Edom, he did what? He took trades out of the scholastic system. But a trade is where you got your carpenters. That's where you got your roofers,
The plumbers,
your plumbers,
electricians.
your mechanics.
Things for everyday survival.
And those are really the true richest people on the earth because they ultimately became entrepreneurs.
Yep.
So Esau Edom say, you know what? We're gonna snatch that.
You want to say like the people you need.
But you know what? I'm sorry, brother. In the South, at least, a lot of Edomites, they had a son doing that shit because the Edomites up on it. And they had a son out there with him. He like 13, 14, 15. By the time he 21, they sending him the projects himself. He fixing, he building patio decks and installing things. And he 21 running shit.
Or they'll put you in a company like Entergy or send them offshore.
Yeah.
So you get a job at Entergy down here making what? 18 years old. By the time you 25 or 30, you're making about $250,000 a year.
They got it on Party Support down on Lakeland.
Yeah.
He got all his boys doing it.
Oh yeah.
They dropping Bobcat,
Wow.
and they youngins. I'm talking about like 12, 13-year-old.
Oh, wow.
I got something for you.
All right. Go ahead.
After you.
I got one for you.
All right, this is
Fire.
You're right. Quick, can I get a quote? You got it.
Quick quote.
What was this brother?
Hey, he coming there dunking on everybody, man.
It's from Theodore Roosevelt, 26th president of the U.S. He says a thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have.
And you think about the Most High, how he gets you acquainted even with the foods, like with the mushrooms, they shape like an ear. You know, a cluster of grapes, shaped like your lungs.
Yep.
You know, you got the kidney beans where it's shaped like the kidney. You know, that gets you like the imagery. Like, so you should get more acquainted with the learning of it.
Yep.
The images stick. Even looking up words, I learned a lot of the meanings of words stick in my mind through the spirit because the apostles taught us to look up the root of the word. And that's another thing too. A lot of things stick in your memory when you go to the source of it.
Oh, you do it yourself too.
Yeah.
I can hear it from Elder Kazak, but if I did it for myself,
Yeah. When I learned the etymology of that word, what it break down to, now it sticks. And that's why the school system didn't stick, because they told you what, but they didn't tell you why. They gave you general information, but they didn't tell you if it's true. Like, how do I know it's true? You just told me, and it doesn't stick in my soul because it's like, I don't know if it's true. Another man just told me.
Then if you don't agree with it, you fail.
Right.
Yeah, like real school, like Elder Bun had mentioned, first and foremost, we'll begin with you learning the law, statutes, commandments, and also learning about the earth. Like, pretty much school, if it was something that was real, it would be outside. You learning about, what's around you. But like even when you go into Proverbs, the different things that King Solomon mentioned, he actually studied it. So he had to been out, in the field. But so I'm gonna get this for y'all. All right, this is the book of Sirach, also known as Ecclesiastes, in the GNT. All right, it's chapter 38, beginning at verse 24. This is gonna remind y'all of Elder Pastor Hart. He pushed his spirit. Now, this is entitled Scholarship and Other Occupations. A scholar must have time to study. If he is going to be wise, he must be relieved of other responsibilities.
Yep.
How can a farm hand gain knowledge when his only ambition is to drive the oxen and make them work?
Yep.
When all he knows to talk about is livestock.
You gotta give yourself into it. And you can't have all these other distractions. So if you're focusing on a research topic, you have to give yourself to that research topic.
That's it.
And you could be on a particular topic for weeks at a time.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I could make another point, because reason why I wanted to get is because the Lord has us in the spirit of becoming scholarly in the scriptures, but these different outside occupations that it mentions, you need them too for a society.
Well, Elder Bond is mentioned. The most valuable skills. It's going to go into that because if you build a nation from the ground up, we literally start from zero. It's like, okay, we got some land out here. We're going to need these occupations that you're about to get into. And the first one was a farmhand. So, because somebody's going to have to know how to till the ground, plant seed. So so although the gift context is saying, how can you learn wisdom if all you know is these occupations?
Right.
But at the end of the chapter, it says, without these should not a city be inhabited.
Yeah.
So that's why the Amish thrive and don't need assistants and need careers and stuff. Because by the time them boys turn 14, they go into trade. But we're going to get into it.
All right, verse 25. How can a farmhand gain knowledge when its only ambition is to drive the oxen and make them work?
Yep. Drive the oxen, and the oxygen drive the plow. And the plow breaks the soil so you can plant the seed in the soil. And what comes from the seed? Your freaking food, your produce. This is what the earth produces. All right.
And it's a science to it.
Yep.
It has to be a certain distance from the next right there.
That's right.
Oh, wow, bro. Yeah, they get into it.
Let's go.
It says, when all he knows to talk about is livestock, he takes great pains to plow a straight furrow and will work far into the night to feed the animals. Verse 27.
Because your animals are your tractors in a natural world.
Yep.
Yeah. So you have to take care of your livestock because they're taking care of you. You know?
And it takes time and effort.
Yeah, 38,
You used to go outside,
24 on down.
That means you can't see at night.
Yeah.
Verse 27, it says, it is the same with the artists and the craftsmen who work night and day engraving precious stones, carefully working out new designs.
Hey, it said precious stones. That's heavy, you know?
Yeah.
Because KJV just says like the potter, you know? Go ahead.
And you would have to tumble those stones, you know, because like, they're rough, like all this laborious.
Oh, I think that's going to the blacksmith, right?
We have to pull it up in the KJV.
Yeah, because I think the order is the foreman and the blacksmith.
Blacksmith, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read again.
Yeah.
It says, verse 27, it is the same with the artists and the craftsmen who work night and day engraving precious stones, carefully working out new designs. It sounds like a blacksmith.
Yeah.
It says, they take great pains to produce a lifelike image and will work far into the night to finish the work.
Yeah, go ahead.
It is the same. Well, you know, it's a lot. I think it goes. It's a craftsman, then a blacksmith.
Okay.
Verse 28. It is the same with the blacksmith at his anvil, planning what he will make from a piece of iron.
Because you seen certain medieval episodes and medieval shows. What is that blacksmith doing, man? He's making swords. 27. You know, that's important. That's weaponry. You know, you got to defend your city. Then he's making tools for the farmers. So you gotta get realistic. Like, okay, I'm a farmer. Where do you get the plow from? It's from iron. It's from the metals of the earth. But how do you mold these metals into useful tools? See, that's why we don't take women in their independent serious, their feminist shit, because they got to go out here and make all this shit. Keisha, Tamika, them ain't doing this.
It's Salaza Kwan. In verse 27, it goes to a carpenter.
Okay, come.
Yeah. All right. Back in 28. Now it says, the heat from the fire sears his skin as he sweats away at the forge.
Because you're molding metals.
Yeah.
You see it with welding today.
Yeah.
Welding.
Yeah.
We got brothers that are welders, man. So, I mean, yeah. And it's so hot that it affects their facial features. Can't have like a Moabite face, but for lack of better words, because they heat. You know,
the clang of the hammer deafens him.
Yeah. And loud sound. Bust your eardrums, man.
Yeah, bro.
It is real world labor that we're not used to, man. Without technology, man.
You have to beat whatever you're trying to mold it into.
Yeah. And men had high testosterone back then, man. All right.
The clanging of the hammer deafens him as he carefully watches the object he is working to take shape.
So he can't hear anything going around.
Yeah.
And then when he get older, his hearing gets bad because of that laborious work.
And then you know what? Every year we take a ear test, right? Yeah. The hearing test. Yeah. I remember one job, the operator I was working under, he couldn't hear shit. He couldn't hear, like, bro, I felt all that shit. But he was so good at his craft at the same time. He had been there so many years, so that machine was like his baby. But as far as his hearing, he couldn't hear shit.
Damn,
yeah. It's for real.
He takes great pains to complete his task and will work far into the night to bring it to perfection. Verse 29 is the same with the potter. Sitting at his wheel, and turning it with his feet, always concentrating on his work, concerned with how many objects he can produce.
Yeah, because brother, if you go to like, I don't know, a second world country, I think I saw footage in Turkey. They had stores full of pottery because there was no styrofoam plates, no styrofoam cups, no plastic cups. All this has to come from the earth. See, now we have understanding of what it means, even on an economic level. And you know what happens? There's a marketplace. See, there's no North Park Mall. There's no Walmart. The craftsmen all hell, they sell their product at the marketplace.
They call it the agora.
Yeah. I used to say like, oh, you know, what did you say? Like, you couldn't eat meat because that was part of your livestock or whatever. But really, I was wrong because the farmer had goats at the marketplace. The farmer had, you know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Shit.
Hey, I thought that was 144. So.
You know what? I'm gonna jump down to the point. All this is good, but I'm gonna get to the point, bro.
Clickbait.
All right. Come on. All right. Verse 32. Without such people, there could be no cities.
Without such people. So we start with the farmer, then it was going until you said the carpenter, the blacksmith, the potter, you know. This is but you look up certain shows, you look up certain parts of the world, they really live like this 2026. Off the grid in the mountain somewhere in the fucking meadows or somewhere. They really live like that, man. All right. So and that's another thing. That's why everybody, so many people, don't take their charagma. They don't know how to live outside this system. And even if you do, Esau got drones. He'll find you. They're off the grid living shit. He gonna come for you. You know.
You have to set your mind up to die. You know, because it's already understood in the scripture, Revelation chapter 20, verse 4, that some of us will be martyrs. Okay, so you know you already planning in your head that I may not make it, but if you don't make it, that's the first class seat in the kingdom of heaven. And we may make it, but what I'm saying is, in any situation, you always have to factor in the pros and the cons. It's called counting the cost, man.
I'm gonna finish it out.
And this ain't living anyway, man.
Nah, it ain't, bro. All right, it says, without such people, there could be no cities. No one would live or visit where these services were not.
Yeah. As a Uncle Earl's barbecue. Then what happened? McDonald's will set up shop right by it.
He cornered the market.
He cornered the market. So in the 70s and the 80s, when Jake was like more self-sufficient, Esau put those corporate stores there and ran them out of business, man. So now Jake is not only unhealthy, they're not self-sufficient. That you know, there's power in self-sufficiency. It's power in that shit, man. You know, Jake shouldn't have to go to work. You really should have to go to work for Esau. You know, but you know, Esau, like you said, we didn't learn shit in school. He took home economics out of school. He took trade out of school, you know, or watered it down. So you should leave high school and be a fucking pro. You should be a craftsman after high school. You should go on an apprenticeship like 14 years old, 9th grade, man. But this is one facet of our in the homeland Jerusalem. By the time you 4 or 5 years old, you had tutors. You know, you had governors. You know. All right, go ahead.
All right, and it says these people are not sought out to serve on the public councils, and they never attain positions of great importance.
Well, that's where the elect comes in.
Right.
Because you have the city, and what makes up the city? The citizens.
Right.
The civilians, but somebody had to govern the citizens. That's why you had the laws, right? But then the Most High set up what? Leaders, judges at the gates. That's the elect. So somebody, the judicial system, somebody had to judge you by the Thararah, because that farmer, he got into it with another farmer over property. So they had to go to judicial court or civil law matters, and they had to sit in front of the elect or men like us who knew the laws, man. You see?
Say they do not serve as judges, and they do not understand legal matters.
But the roles are still important.
The roles are still important. Because with that,
You need people.
just
like that.
come on, man. Look, some truck drivers couldn't get to the stores because of the stores, right? Man, I saw it in the stores. There's a lot of products empty. But just like today, it's like a truck driver, right? He's important.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, he don't get to your store. People they get the reality checks, man.
You only got 3 to 4 days
Of food on the shelf.
food.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's very important for a truck driver.
So yeah, I mean, in a modern sense, that'll be like a truck driver or ships. Like in the ancient world, ships coming to the shores to bring those distant products, those imported products. You know, merchants. What did they the hell shipwreck? So oh shit, you ain't getting shit shipped to your city, man. Oh, you can't forget to mention the fisherman. A fisherman, man. See,
very important.
See, fuck you bitches, man. Cause y'all downplay men. But when they turn off that grid, two type of people are gonna be dead as shit.
Who's that?
Keisha and YNs. YNs because a YN is a useless man. A YN is a useless nigga. Keisha is a hoe. They're both useless. You a welfare woman. You just depending on the government. You don't even use your titty to feed the baby. Similac. So what's the point? The useless people are gonna die in our nation, man. In our nation, you gotta be useful to the point where if your son was lazy, what they do to him?
They stone them.
They Queen Latifah that nigga ancient world style. Set it off ancient. You remember set it off? Yeah. Ancient world style with stones, man. So in our homeland, it wasn't just about worship. It was about being useful. You see?
We'll finish it out for you.
Let's go, man.
All right. It says, going back to the people that have these occupations, they have no education and are not known for their wisdom. You never
really the education is the law.
Yep.
It's the legal, understand legal matters, but the legal goes back to law. I'm not mistaken. So the judges like me, we studied the law. And it's gonna go into that. All right, go ahead.
They have no education and are not known for their wisdom.
Here's the Pharisees in the New Testament. That's why your house I said, where the scribes and the Pharisees sit in Moses' seat, do as they say, but not as they do. What does it mean by sitting in Moses' seat? They're judging you off the laws of Moses. Yeah, so the citizens of Jerusalem, they had to be judged by the laws.
But they wasn't practicing what they preached.
Yeah, they were hypocrites themselves. It's like a judge getting caught in a sex scandal.
Right.
You know what I mean? He money traffic. You know what I mean?
Because they knew nothing about mercy and judgment.
Yeah, the weightier matters of the law.
Yeah, the weightier matters of the law.
But I just want to say this: their existence was important.
They were still pushing the law.
Yeah, because the law ain't just a moral thing. It's dealing with civil matters too.
Yeah.
So you needed a judicial system. You needed a civil court because human beings. Nah, look at that shit, man. Human beings. Somebody was filming us with their phone and driving, but human beings have conflict. So you have to have judges. You have to have priests. All right, that's what it's going into.
Okay.
Yep.
It says, you never hear them quoting Proverbs, but the work they do holds this world together.
Yep. It holds the world to a truck. We brought it to modern sense. A mechanic, a truck driver, a farmer. Help me out, brothers. Got mechanics, truck drivers, farmers, even about the silent generation, right? Or the generation before the silent generation. Great grandma sewing them big heavy quilts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Great grandma sewing them big heavy quilts. They kept you warm in the winter. Grandma, great grandma, they knew how to preserve fruit. You go into our history, we knew how to preserve fruit. Mason jars, you know what I mean?
What it say at the tail end?
Like waste management guys.
Without
society don't have waste management. That's right, bro. You know?
But this is why I said, that's why I said F them 304s. It's a lot. Because we don't even talk like that like in our everyday life. I'm gonna say that. I'm not like, hey, fuck you, bitch. But you get in the spirit because real men have a skill that you can't survive without. You know, or your life would be really hard without. The men they call low value.
Work. It is
they go, you know what I mean?
So I just want to see.
They make the world go round. So what was the last thing you just said?
Y'all said like the waste management guys.
Come on, man, because without waste management, you're gonna have infections.
They got their part, we got our part. Basically.
And then in Mississippi, Mississippi's so fucking old school and so fucking regressive. At least in cities like Memphis, the dumpster has a compartment that picks up the trash can. Down here in the state of Mississippi, you got Jake hopping off the dumpster, picking the trash up, dumping it.
Hands on, baby.
Cock-strong Jakes, on muscular cut dudes. But you shouldn't have to do that because it's 2026, man. But we know how you Edomites down here think, man.
But it show you too, man. Babylon fucked up. Jake under the curses, but Esau Edom just got to pay.
Yeah.
I was looking at a video of Ammon in Japan and their sanitation system. Bro, I'm talking about Japan clean as a motherfucker, bro.
You know why?
It's super clean.
You know why though? Esau's a fucking child. And you know what I learned, Elder Bud and other brothers too? Real kings develop systems for the welfare of the people.
Yeah.
So a child don't think in terms of systems. He thinks in terms of impulses and pleasure. So Esau don't think of what's an effective system that's going to ensure the welfare of humanity, like an effective sanitation system.
You got Macaulay Culkin running the world.
Yeah, effective water system. What's an effective way to get clean waters to the mouths of all people? What's an effective system that's going to ensure that the earth produces effective food for all people? You know why? Because you're a self-indulgent child, man.
And that's why the preacher is waiting for what? The revelation of the sons of the Most High.
Yeah.
Because everybody's mourning right now, man. Now you got Esau.
I'm gonna let him finish that, then I got you.
Lifting now.
Yeah.
That was unheard of.
It won't
I
verse.
seen Esau goddamn it with his hood up. I've never seen that.
Hey, the last fruit same. Man, I saw an Edomite woman at a used car tire repair shop.
Bro, I've seen Esau and goddamn Lexus lifting, bro.
Alexis.
Lexus. You know, like the SUV.
Oh yeah. The fact that the Edomite has that to supplement his income, that's a downfall for you. Oh, you got a second job, bro? Or like I said, this old woman at the used tire shop. You're at a used tire shop, and it's an old Edomite woman.
That's a bad look for Edom.
I'm like, whoa. You know how they look at you when you walk in their establishment? I'm like, whoa.
Deuteronomy 37, the transition of the curses.
What?
That's what happened to us during the Dark Ages. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, Karen getting pulled over now.
It's an Edomite woman, older Edomite woman, stay in South Jackson. I always get on the damn bus. Long story short, she don't like Jake. Like you could like see it in her visage. But this motherfucker stay shoplifting. Like everybody know about it. You know,
Follow Jake.
yeah, possible. You know, but she stay out south. You know, but like you look at us like niggas, but at least Jake can pay for their stuff.
She probably Tyrone Bixby. So James,
I don't know. It's hard to tell.
But let me tell you about South Jackson though. When we was growing up in South Jackson, those are poor Edomites.
Yeah,
They couldn't afford to lead Jake. So hindsight, that made me think some of them were probably Israelite foreigners.
Yeah.
They sound like back then, that was too poor to lead. Although they didn't fuck with Jake, they'll sit at the school table by themselves. Yeah. It's like, why can't y'all leave? Y'all too poor to leave.
But bro, Jackson was nice. Like Jake was telling me the way Highway 80 used to look. Like they would describe like right where you got that connect with Terry Road and Highway 80. You see the Terramore Hotel and they used to have Cocoa plant and stuff.
Right.
It's like in the 70s, 80s. Jackson was nice. Like in the 90s, that's when it started to plummet.
Highway 80 used to look like how Glustack used to be now.
Wow.
I believe it, bro.
Wow.
Hey, remember County Line Road? How County Line Road used to be.
Yeah. That was heaven. It's like a heaven. Especially to a little hood child. You know, you grow up poor, you grow up low income, and you go to like the suburbs, really like, wow. But yeah, you go ahead, bro. I got you, bro.
All right. Now it says, but the work they do holds this world together. And it's the elder bias point that he was making earlier. When they do their work, it is the same as offering a prayer. So basically, they have their job, we do our job. We're in our lot, you know?
The Most High knew what he was doing when he created people, man. But like I said, the sanitation worker, the mechanic, the butcher, you gotta think, man.
What about in the book of Daniel? How they would always use us to build up their nation?
Come on, man.
You know, our wise men and things of that nature.
Because you got the layman, right, that's highly skilled in his craft, but then you got men that's like scientists and engineers, architects, man. But these are all Israelites, man. Mm-hmm. You got women that's highly skilled in sewing fabrics and stuff, and men too. Like, it's all there, man. Fishermen. Come on, the greatest men on earth Going back to the New Testament, a fisherman, a carpenter, a physician. You know what I mean?
Right.
But go ahead, brother. It's a lot.
Wow.
Like these are real concrete occupation. And really, you could peep game with it. Cause like, okay, you learn how to fish, bro. That's a good, you know what I mean? You off the grid with it. You're a physician, you learn the herbs, bro. You skip, you know what I mean? What's the other one? A physician, a fisherman, a carpenter.
Carpenter.
You know how to build a house? You know what the bankers do with mortgages? You see? So it's like you can really peep game with the scriptures. You know? Knowing how to farm. It said without these should not a city be inhabited.
Yep.
So you really could, even though it's going, the context is really the value of the elders, but at the same time, you could really peep game with the scriptures.
It shows you the survival necessities.
The principal things of life. And it goes into that in Sirach. You know, did you get that, bro?
Yeah, I got a quick one.
Okay, go ahead.
This Ecclesiasticus 10:1, the GMT. A wise ruler will educate his people.
And you really educate them with the laws.
Stuck here now.
Yeah.
You really educate them with the laws. But yeah, I was gonna say we hyper privileged, man. My thoughts came back to me. We hyper privileged because you go to a store,
It's good too.
and you could go through a drive-through. The burger is there, the steak is there, or you go to the grocery store, everything is there. But no, in the ancient world, it goes from the earth to the craftsman to you. So even like a butcher, somebody got to kill that cow. Somebody got to raise that cow, send it to the butcher. He slaughtered the cow, cut up the cow into different parts, sell you the meat.
Clean. You gotta make sure they ain't got no councils in it.
See, this brother right here.
Pull up to the fucking drive-thru and don't know none of the process
Yep.
of how that motherfucker got there.
Nope.
They
That's
don't know nothing.
a different skill set too. And because the hunter isn't always the person who expertly know how to
Clean it.
clean it.
Yeah, he just know how to hunt.
You know what I mean?
Because that's a skill. The hunting aspect is the world within itself that I can imagine.
But you went to like the butcher,
Yeah.
you know, that's a whole nother skill set.
That's right, bro.
With the precision with that knife, the hunter can't do that.
Man, I sat there and watched a YouTube video on Jake butchering an animal. Like it's like a 30-minute, 20-minute video. It's an art. It's an art, man.
What you looking at?
Yeah. And you know what? And I just say, man, it'd probably be wise if brothers just start researching how much does a butchered lamb cost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want to make a point too. It's thinking about on my job. Him and his buddies got like a deer
Processor.
You talking about
when they cut the hide.
Oh,
I'm talking just to skin the deer. And so they got a competition and they got it down pat between 3 to 4 minutes
Really?
to completely
God damn.
to completely skin a deer.
man of the field.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? But Jake on that too. Well, Jake was on that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gad was on that.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know? Hey, to know how to start a fire, Akim,
Yeah.
or at least have a system in your book bag to where you can start. Like, look, you see how cold it is? And what if it's shut down right now? What if you can't go back to your apartment right now?
Hey, did y'all ever watch this with Bear Grylls, Man versus
Wow.
Wild? Hey, the first thing when he would get dropped off at the destination, he would survey the land, and then once he found a source of food
Yeah,
and
I'ma start,
water, the third thing, he tried to start a fire.
Yeah.
And if he had wet clothes on, he would take them clothes off, put it over the fire. Meanwhile, he's doing jumping jacks to keep his blood low.
Hey, with that being said, somebody get that in Sirach. I think it's 21, the principal things of life. We're gonna get y'all scriptures.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to try to get y'all scriptures first though.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's Sirach 21 or something like that. Maybe 30. Yeah.
All right, this is Rock 10-1, GNT. A wise ruler will educate his people. His government will be orderly.
That's what Yahushua gonna do in the kingdom. of
That's
heaven,
right, brother.
right? That's what it's all about. Because even when you go into that term and graph the word, Woman brought it out, but it really goes into like education. But engrafted also means to be implanted. So through the spirit right now, we're implanted with the law, statutes, and commandments. But at the end of the day, it's all about receiving what that fleshly heart, man.
But you know what? And it's something that's a lamb back. It's something that Elder Apostle Gabar said when I first came in. He was like, all you need is a law. You don't need all these books or so-called education. The only education you need is a law.
Hey, Deuteronomy chapter 4 and 5 is a point.
Yep. And I was thinking too, because the law creates obedience, and obedience gives you the power.
Yeah.
Like the key is the law puts you in power. So all these ingenuitive feats and all this, the Most High puts you above the nations if you obey, And if you disobey, he puts you below the nations.
Yeah, because going back, now the elder, he had got that scripture in Judith earlier, and that was the spirit. I looked at a scripture in it was in 1st and 2nd Maccabees. Basically, Most High was saying he would have been got Antiochus.
Yeah.
You like he would have been God. He would have did him like he did Heliodorus, but because Jake was so damn wicked, he had prolonged it, man. But he said like he would have been God. It said in the GNT immediately the Lord would have got him.
Hey, to back you up, it's a scripture. I haven't pulled it up in a long time. It's in the book of Chronicles. It talks about if all the Israelites would face the east and repent to Yahweh shall show up right there and there.
It's like Chronicles 8, 2 Chronicles 8.
The church like to use that a lot. Yeah, my people. Talk about my name.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it's their favorite.
They're not spiritual enough because you got to factor in the Israelite borders.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
What about them?
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
So they'll never happen.
That's right.
So it says a wise ruler will educate his people, or educate goes to instruct, also goes to like to develop like social, moral, like ethic capabilities.
It start with the laws.
Yeah, build the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, and it says and his government will be orderly, pursuant to Isaiah the 32nd chapter NLT. It says how a righteous king is coming, referring to Yahushua, and honest princes will rule under him.
Right.
Who's that referring to? It's day one. It's 144K. You know, that's when you show it's gonna be a great righteous reset very soon.
A righteous
right here on the
reset.
left hand side, you see what Esau Edom is doing. He's trying to implement what? A left-handed righteous, a left-handed great reset. So to balance it out, we're gonna do it through the right-hand side. You know?
We're going back on top where we're supposed to.
Yeah, so it's a duality of the great reset on this side right there. You know?
That's right, bro.
It says all the officials and all the citizens will be like their ruler. And Esau's demonic imprint has really impacted the whole world. Right. When you think about majority of these people, including 2/3 of our people, it's really like spiritual Edomites, you know?
Yeah, what y'all say? You are of your father.
Yeah.
Because y'all in the same spirit. Yeah. Black culture, Satanism. Going to church.
Read that last part again.
Voting is Satanism. Yeah. Westernization, all that shit is Satanism. Depending and believing the system to come is Satanism. That's right.
Okay, it's for you, bro. All the officials and all the citizens will be like their ruler.
And that's the beauty of what we are entering into. You know, the hopeful elect, all you hopeful elect out there, beginning with you prophets, you leaders, you're about to become like Yahushua.
Hey, what Yahushua say? Malachi the 4th chapter, I will bring healing in my wings. That's those new bodies, man.
Yeah. And it's something like there's new bodies prepared for you on that chariot. You know, reserved for us, man.
So it makes sense, and I'm just speaking from a spiritual assumption as the elect is being beamed up. Somehow they're going to dematerialize.
But yeah, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
They're entering into their chariot, and a twinkle of an eye, bro. Because Melchizedek materialized on earth, and then at the allotted time he dematerialized.
Hey, so as quick as you can blink, our bodies are gonna be changed.
Yeah, you're gonna rematerialize into that new body.
That's right. And we all going, Lord will. All the elections going up at the same time. You heard that future start at the same damn time.
Yep, that's beautiful. Your pie.
You gotta be home.
Hey man, we got a treat coming for us, man.
Yeah, man. That's right. That's what I look forward to.
Verse 3 is up. Okay.
Verse 3. An educated king will ruin his people.
Esau's uneducated because he's been estranged from the womb. And what was he estranged from? The laws.
That's right.
So he's going out Satanism.
That's it.
He's doing his own thing, and he's teaching everybody else to go off their own, do their own thing, and go off Satanism.
I told him that sin was at his door.
Yep.
And when he was Cain.
Yep.
But you have to rule over it in the NLT version.
It does say that. It sounded in the NLT. It sounded like a Moabite. What do you call it? Master, like a sensei. You must rule over sin.
Yeah, or it will conquer you.
It will conquer you. Yeah, it came off like that, man.
You want to find it?
Yeah, Babakasha. Go ahead, bro.
It says, educated king will ruin his people, but a government will grow strong if its rulers are wise.
Yep.
Hey, that's the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
Every time a brother bring that up, I see Yahushua and 144,000.
Because it all starts with systems.
Yes, sir.
And the systems is the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah.
And if you implement the right systems, the earth is going to thrive, man.
Right.
Right now, the earth is like a garden that's taken over by weeds because this man, he's implemented Satanism in the earth that's supposed to have a system of Yahweh Bahashim Al-Shai. You see?
The government should be upon his shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah, I found it, bro.
All right, go ahead, brother.
All right, this is Genesis chapter 4 and verse 6 in the New Living Translation. Why are you so angry? The Lord asked Cain. Why do you look so dejected?
And Cain is a sucker.
Yeah.
Because he knew the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah.
But of course, at this time frame, it was in a horrible format.
Mm-hmm.
So we passed it on verbally.
You will be accepted if you do what is right.
Right.
But if you refuse to do what is right, then watch out. Sin is crouching at the door, eager to control you.
Mm-hmm.
But you must subdue it and be its
So
master.
the spirit of Satan, man, is waiting for you to slip up. But you had to go up anyway because you're the wicked.
Yep. And this sounds like a martial arts movie, man. And you must subdue it or it will overtake you. It will conquer you, you know, and it's showing you this was all rooted in sin. Now, although this is talking about Cain, it was Adam that transgressed, you know, it started with the transgression of Adam. But showing you this, the theme is overcoming sin, man. That's the overall theme.
The nature of the flesh.
The nature of the flesh.
Esau can't do it.
Esau can't do it. He is sin.
He is.
You
Man,
know,
sin, yeah.
like what that nigga Pushashi say? My grandma say, keep
your grass cut.
Whole time on the snake.
Yeah, whole time on the snake.
Whole time Cain is sin. Cain is sin, man. Oh, you got it, bro.
Sirach 10 and 4. The Lord Yahweh sees to the government of the world and brings the right person to power at the right time.
That's Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
That's Yahweh Shai.
That's why he was created.
That's right, bro.
I usually like to think about that. Like that's why the Lord was like for this very purpose.
He's a walking depiction.
You know?
A walking depiction of Yahweh. You know, we always say, you know, we want to be in the image of Yahweh Shai. But according to Hebrews, the first chapter, I want to say 1 and 3, Yahweh Shai is a reflection of Yahweh.
Yes, he is. Yep.
Colossians, the first chapter, he's a reflection of Yahweh.
It's like what I say in Wisdom, I think it's 2 and 23. You know, he made us to be an image of his own eternity. It began with Yahweh Shai. You know?
And when Yahweh said, I and my Father are one.
That's right. Right.
Express image.
Right. And you go into
Express
image, it goes into a facsimile. And that means an exact copy. Yep. So from a spiritual sense, even from a physical sense, he is Yahweh. Right.
That's some scary power, man.
Scary power.
Hey, Esau Edom, you in a whole lot of trouble, man. You know?
Good. Verse 5. The success of that person is in the Lord Yahweh's hands.
Right.
The Lord Yahweh is the source of the honor given to any official.
Right. And that starts with Yahweh Shai. Right. So when you jump to what, 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter? Because you can't bring out the scripture of how about the shoulders.
Yeah. Isaiah 9.
Yeah. What was that scripture?
Good on time.
Yeah, it's 7:30.
Yeah. Meaning what? He's the ruler. He's the ruler. He's the governor of his kingdom. That's the reason why in his kingdom he will be exalted out of all men of Israel because it's his kingdom. He's going to be the tallest man in Israel.
And that's what the book of Daniel goes into, how he's going to take all the crowns of the kings of the earth and place them beneath his feet.
Yeah, that's right. So he's taking down all these dominions, man, when he comes back.
All right, we could get
I got the other one.
yeah, Sirach, yeah.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 39, starting at verse 24. It says, and his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they a stumbling block unto the wicked. For the
If I can make a point, hey, the Lord created two different natures. It's like, man. Hey, but the Lord created really, you know, two different spirits of people, man.
Yeah.
You know, because and it's something that you know, Elder Apostle Gabar, you know, taught us through the Spirit. You got to look at people as spirits, man. You know, when you go back to Jacob and Esau, they have two different natures.
Yeah.
And the Lord set it up that way.
Hey, did y'all see that nigga on Netflix climbing that damn building?
That building, yeah.
I didn't click on it, bro.
It's like over 100 stories, man. This nigga didn't have no harness, no nothing. He just climbing up over that motherfucker.
Yeah, he had no harness?
No.
Easy work.
Easy work. It's like, how many floors upon was it?
Wow, bro.
It was 100 something.
It was 100 something.
God
man.
damn.
But anyway, it took him 2 hours. So he had basically agreed with Netflix that it was like a 10-second differential, what they call it,
Differentiation.
Yeah, differentiation within there, because in case he failed, you know, people wouldn't see. You know, but if he would have failed, of course he was gonna die. But that just goes to show you true nature of people. Because Jake ain't gonna.
Jake can never do that.
Jake don't even think about doing some shit like that.
I got anxiety from looking at
Me
it.
too.
Yeah.
My stomach was fucking.
Yeah.
God, damn.
Yeah.
But then you have Esau that be on these camping trips and then be 1,000 feet up and then just go to sleep in the hammock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your death is if you just turn over 2 times, you're dead.
Oh, you know, the rock climbers.
Yeah, the rock climbers, bro. They
It's
be
the element.
suspended in the air, bro.
Dude, one of them they be doing them caves, and they done turn it into like his actual
Well,
memorial.
yeah.
They, him and some dude
Yeah.
climbing through the cave, and he
Right.
went the wrong way, like where they told people not to go, and his ass got stuck upside down, and it was already a tight spot, so he couldn't.
Well, I think it's the Nutty Putty cave incident.
That's what it
But it's a thing now. Like it's an actual channel dedicated to Edomites getting destroyed in the caves.
Yeah, they closed that motherfucker with his face
But
on.
what
Yeah.
keeps drawing them to the caves?
The spirit.
Yeah.
The spirit of the earthworm.
It said, hold.
Yeah.
Yeah. It said, verse 25, for the good are the good things created from the beginning, so evil things for the sinners. There's a point you want to
And husband, the good is what? This the kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world, man.
That's right.
And I'm gonna tell you how wicked Esau is, man. Why you looking at me like that? Okay, look at
What is
what-
he finna say?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you how wicked Esau is. Like I show Speed. I don't know if y'all
Yeah,
know what that. But it's so much different things to see in the world, man. Yeah, the nigga wicked, but he's still showing you just different cultures. Like Africa is beautiful.
Yeah.
Africa is fucking beautiful, man. But then Esau wants to give us a virtual reality. You in your living room swinging and shit. Meanwhile, he's enjoying the world.
And you know what I know, just a little I know, just from going to parks, like being in a park, working out, Earth will wake you back up.
Yes, sir.
All this TV screen, telephone, the computer, smartphone is killing something inside you, man.
Diminishing the cognitive thinking.
Yeah. Then it's, your stimulation is all out of whack. Nah, man, Earth will balance you back out, man.
But it makes sense because these bodies are from the earth.
Bodies,
you know?
you gotta go back to mama, man.
Technology is a matrix.
Yeah.
And it reels you in.
Yeah.
You fall into a sunken place.
Real shit.
Man.
Yeah. Or you disconnect and you unplug. Like even now, bro, I done started putting like my phone in sleep mode. Like if I'm done with it, it won't even ding unless I like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Allow an app or allow one of your contacts to come through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
How you feel the next morning? You know?
Man, I've been great.
Okay. I missed
I need to try that.
Yeah, bro.
So we got to fast on technology, man.
Yeah.
Dopamine reset.
Yeah.
This is a point you wasn't going. Verse 26, the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt.
Oh, let's slow it down. Water. So that's a chief thing, man. Esau tainted that. You know, water has no life in it. Water's supposed to have life in it. What they call electrolytes. Water's supposed to have life in it, man.
Can I say something?
Yep.
Then from a spiritual sense, your house shines water.
Yep. And then a lot of those go into your house side.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead though.
Fire.
All right, going back to it's man versus wild. You build you a shed, you build you a fire. But hey, without fire, but Esau gives you fake electricity, fake fire. Energy, he gives you fake fire, man. All right.
With your agriculture, you know, when they'll go and do like a lot of land clearing, or say for instance, like Gad will go move to these different lands. Well, the first thing they would do to the land that they were going to use for their crop is set it on fire. Because that fire will purify, it will like re-energize the soil.
Yeah.
So it comes up, everything starts sprouting up out of there.
That's right.
Good when they set it on fire.
And you'll see that. Yep.
Purify.
That's what it's for.
Yep.
It'll sage the earth.
Don't sage the earth, man. Smudge it.
It says iron.
Yep. Which is going back to Sirach 38.
Okay.
About that blacksmith. Because you're gonna turn every tool that every craftsman is gonna use is gonna go back to that iron. You know, you can't have utilization, you can't have tools without iron, man. What is Brazil? Barzal?
Yeah, Barzal.
Yeah, go back to iron.
Yep.
You know?
It says and salt.
And also Iron, those are good. Iron is one of those top elements on the periodic table. Your body needs iron. I'm kind of rusty with this. Your body needs iron to send those minerals to your cells. Something to that effect. I gotta watch that Dr. Sebi again. But you need iron to bind. Oh, for one, you need iron to bind blood cells through your vessels.
That's why these females they be anemics.
Because they got low iron. So even on the elemental level, you need iron in their body. Say it again. Yeah, dark chocolate. Is it
Kind.
Yeah. Yep. You need that iron. Man.
It says, and salt.
Well, but then again, there's a high level of salt in your body. But going back to the electrolytes, salt, real salt is higher than electrolytes. That calcium, potassium, magnesium, you know, it's higher than those electrolytes. But also, you need to season food. But even if you sweat right, what does your sweat taste like?
Salt.
You know, we have a high level of salt because when we came from the waters, what's heavy in the waters? Salt, man.
And you were speaking about
sea salt.
You were speaking about fishermen earlier. You know, salt is also a natural preservative.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you know you want to preserve food.
Yep. Because we didn't have freezers back then.
Right.
What do they do? They stick it in salt. The salt actually make ice colder. You put some salt in it. I've been looking into salt a little bit. We got away from like the basic salt and been sticking to either sea salt or the pink Himalayan salt.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chemicals in like the regular salt that you salt have.
Yeah.
And that's when the ancient Romans they got paid in salt.
Your salary goes back to
The word
salt.
salary goes back to salt.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's crazy. It's crazy, man.
You know, when you look into the term salary, it goes into compensation payment. It also goes into salt, allowance for the purchase of salt. So he's getting paid in salt.
That's heavy.
And that's more valuable than this paper money we have.
Free King David.
You know? I was somebody's head. Yeah.
It says flour of wheat.
Oh, and well, before Esau polluted wheat, all right, wheat was a main staple.
Yeah.
Because it's not as expensive as meat at all, but it holds you like meat. You know, to keep you full, you know? Because real, it's a grain. And those grains is high in nutrients, man. You know? Then they got certain brands that sell you like unbleached whole grain wheat and you know, all those different things. You got Ezekiel bread and stuff, which is barley, you know?
Yeah.
Shit. I've been looking into that one too. The enrichment process for flour is they take the nutrients out of it and they replace it with chemicals. So if you look at the enrichment, look on anything that's enriched, look on the back of the ingredients, it'll have enriched, and it'll have in the parentheses all the chemical they put in there to replace the mineral that they took out. And your body can't digest.
Because you know, all food we digest, it's supposed to be biodegradable, and it's supposed to be bioavailable. Like your body's supposed to be able to extract and access the minerals that come from it. So most of the food that we eat in America, it has no. First of all, if it does have nutrition, it's probably not bioavailable. So your body has to be able to access those nutrients from that food, man. So Esau gotta go. Like, what the hell is a Pop-Tart? You know, your body is supposed to put the earth back into your body. You know.
Yeah.
It says honey.
Straight up.
Well, hey, we got accounts in the scriptures where was it Jonathan was faint and he took the honey?
Yeah.
Saul's son?
Yeah. The Saul made a foolish vow.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Say King David with the figs.
The figs, remember
Abigail.
Oh yeah, come on.
you know, the Hamite that was about to he was starving. King David gave some pigs. They said his spirit became refreshed.
Come on.
Abigail, she bought
Yeah.
Who's that? John Locust and Honey.
Yeah. John the Baptist.
That's a full meal. Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. It says milk.
Oh, because if you really look up milk in the ancient world, milk was like a Gatorade.
Yeah.
Because milk is high in fat. Then you know it's a cow's. It's made to strengthen like a goat or a sheep, right? But you take in those nutrients yourself, it empowers you, man.
Hey, man, you know these niggas on TikTok talking about we wasn't drinking milk back in the day.
Yeah.
Yes, we was.
They don't know what the hell they talking about,
They don't know
bro.
what the fuck they talking about.
Yeah. We had goat milk.
We had goat milk.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Because-
We still drinking milk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got your almonds too. You know, you press your milk out your almonds.
Yeah.
You know, you can do that type of stuff. And then even coming into the truth is referred to as what? The milk.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know.
Well,
My
you-
grandfather used to drink a glass of buttermilk every morning and every evening.
Yeah. They used to have
Yeah.
commercials back in the day. Y'all
Yeah.
probably too young. Milk it does a body.
Yeah, I remember that. You put a little Yashimal, man. I was riding a bicycle.
Never forget that.
It said in the blood of the grape.
That wine, brothers, get into that wine. That yeah, man. Because wine is a de-stressor.
That's it.
You know, wine is good as life to a man if you be drunk in moderation, man. But these are things it's at the principal things of life. You know, so hey, the Most High goes into the basics and the roots of things, man. Or the roots of a nation and the people, man. Okay? But Esau have you out into his shit and you'll be out of tune with what you're supposed to have, man. All right?
Some more.
All right, go
It
ahead.
says in oil.
Or the olive oil, the oil of olives, man. Then you got the oil of cumin. Or not cumin, the oil like the Black Sea oil. Think it is cumin. But hey, that's a powerful remedy, man. And Black Sea oil, but it's like the oil of olives.
What the Egyptians said about black seed oil?
Kills everything but death.
But Isaiah mentions the oil of cumin, or the Black Sea oil. You see, and then you know, them olives. I was reading it was high in iron too, iron, copper. I think something like that. You know, a lot of times us men, you lack that vitality because you lack a lot of those elements. We lack those elements, man. But zinc, copper, iron, magnesium. You know, L-arginine. I don't think L-arginine is an amino acid. It's not an element, but it's an important element. You know, it's important. All right, go ahead.
It says in clothing.
Oh yeah, clothing.
Where we at now?
Yeah.
All these things are good for the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil.
Yeah, Esau Edom will weaponize it. Like he used all those principal things Esau Edom he used to kill you. You know?
Because
No, for real.
Because even the linen, the clothing, because the Most High got it set up to where you're not supposed to mismatch your linen, your fabrics, because certain fabrics, I think, like linen, is extremely high frequency.
Wow.
You could Google it. Like linen is an extremely high frequency.
I want to say cotton as well.
Cotton, yeah, it's on my spirit, man. Cotton is extremely high frequency. So you got clothes that lower your frequency, man.
And Esau put satanic logos on.
Yeah.
You know. Nike something.
This nigga, I see why the scripture said his heart is deep. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy.
Hey, but you know what? That makes sense because the biggest organ on your body is the skin. Your skin has pores. So what you're wearing in some way is affecting your body. It goes into your body, man.
Is it going to how they put certain stuff in the water and they know when you shower, your body is going to absorb
it,
they
man.
put in the water.
Fluoride, sodium fluoride, all that stuff, man.
That's why we need y'all shower, because you can so-called eat right, but like you say, you get in your shower, you back to fire.
But and it also shows you really, if it was up to this devil, we would have been dead.
Yes, sir.
You know, says that the Lord's mercies were not consumed.
Yeah.
You know, it's showing you like this, the Lord really keeping us alive, man.
Yep. Because it's not natural for us to be alive at this point.
You're right.
Because every decade is a decade worth of death that Esau throws at us, man. From the crack cocaine, the welfare, the black culture, all the guns in the neighborhood, the lead poisoning, and things we don't even know about, or just the food we eat. You know, Jake's still up here being elite football players, being grown up off Kool-Aid and hot Cheetos, man. So it doesn't logically make sense, man. You know?
Like the E for Gunner, I sent you too.
Yeah.
It's amazing, bro.
You know?
She said it's been hard for her body to consume food, so she went back to the U.S. You know?
She did say that. Because she said she realized the U.S. food was fake. You know? Even the so-called organic fruit, she said, is all bullshit. Orange is not even orange, it's yellow. Benjamin chick told me that too.
And it's the spirits, because I had talked to some Jake from Ghana or Nigeria, but basically, you know, he had said, you know, when you go over there, like since your body so used to this American, you know, diet, standard diet, the food you eat over there and what you like drink over there, it'll put your body in shock because you're not used to it.
Yep.
You know.
Diarrhea for like the first 1 to 3 days.
Yeah, pretty much what he said. Yep.
Hey, just go back to do our show speed. We went there. He kept going to the restroom. Reach experience of new foods.
I learned that from music, Carl.
What's that?
Looking at like when you go and buy fruit, your fruit come out the ground. It ain't supposed to be shiny and all.
Yeah.
You can stand there and see your reflection.
Yeah.
And shit. I'm like, why does the apple look like this?
Yeah.
It got a wax coat on. I think it turned animals like I can't remember what it was going into. For what?
Yeah,
For-
for paint.
Oh yeah.
And then these printers, and what they call it, 3D printers. They print.
Well, I ate one of them not too, bro. It was I can't remember what day it was. It was last month because I had been trying to shop around. I think I had talked to you about it. I had got one from the spot off 55, bro. I had a breakout.
Yeah.
Like I broke out bad.
You really see how this food harms you. If you ever go on a fast or a detox, and then you eat the food again, then you had a diarrhea because you didn't clean your system out now. You know?
And that same Eve that with the gutters, you see like oranges are not really orange over there.
They're yellow.
Pineapples not really yellow.
Yep.
She said the bananas are not really pretty. How they look over here?
Yeah, they're short and black is yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, bananas supposed to have seeds.
They do.
Back in the day, they used to have seeds when I was coming up. Yeah, even black seeds. You know,
Even then learning how I remember when I did it clean for the first time, then understanding how naturally sweet like fruit is.
Yeah.
Because after you go in there, like all the candy try to represent the fruit. But when you go on the cleanse, you'll realize is how good a strawberry tastes or how good an apple tastes. You know, even from like the simplest.
Yeah. I remember you eat at 12 o'clock, right? You know, something about not eating to 12 and I break my fast with fruit. Man, the fruit tastes so heavenly. You know what I mean? Your first thing you eat is like an apple. It's like, man, it's a good apple. It's a good pear. Or good, like watermelon in season. You know? Well, something important that was said was the fruit don't have seeds in it no more. The seeds have all the power in it, man.
back in the day, you couldn't buy no watermelon all year round, bro.
No, you couldn't.
That's a summer fruit. It's
Right.
really why it's juicy like
Yeah. And I'm not gonna do it right now because it's January. January, man.
There's a time when you plant them, but like
Yeah.
you go in there, you got baby watermelon.
Yeah.
You saw got watermelon beside of a cantaloupe.
Yep.
Well, he saw got a lot of paper.
Yeah.
Lord willing, I'm gonna call 144,000. So he gonna have to see me for the spam call. Man. I'm fucking phone down at 9 o'clock at night.
I think I'm on.
He gotta see me. And this is Mark chapter 16 and verse 20. That's what 18.
Yeah, 35.
No, this is about to eat. And this is Mark 16 and 16. He that believes in his baptism shall be saved, but he that believes not shall be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils. They shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them.
Like make a point too, a spiritual power coming too, man. You know, now you know, of course, I know where the elder read it. We pretty much, like I say, we should eat poison and live. You know, that's pretty much what your house is saying. You know, we're eat these, these demonic foods, these lab-made foods, and we're still here. Like the Lord preserving us through His Holy Spirit, man. You know, but also, in Apostle Rakai, he was speaking about this as of late. The Lord is gonna crank that power up within us. Like it's gonna come to a point. You know, his brother say, Elder Wamba said a lot. We're gonna go to another glory, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So very soon you're gonna be able to, you're gonna see brothers doing things that are outside of man's logic, man. You know, like very soon, and it makes sense, especially the darkest time that's ever been formed on earth, man.
And don't be surprised if the elect that took the job, you don't have a brother to lay hands on the elect and reverse that shit.
Yeah.
It comes from spiritual power. Nothing you can do outside of that can actually rid you from that. So it only makes sense that the elected does have, if another elected brother put his hands on that person, it will reverse that outcome.
Yeah, it's healing.
Yeah, because mRNA, not getting too deep into it, you can't really detox from that. It's really encrypted into your DNA. It becomes one with you. So that's why Esau was tapping to that God gene back in the day. So we really believe through divine intervention. That's how the hope elect, through that ignorance that took that JAB, that's how they will get healed.
Yeah, because you may have taken that, but you didn't take the mark. So there's some mercy that can be shown. Yeah, they didn't take the karama.
Karama is game over. Yeah. This game over, man.
That's really the ultimate way of selling your soul.
Yeah, you done. You're done.
It's basically going to the altar and eating swine's flesh.
Yeah.
The new age version.
Yeah.
That's literally getting penetrated by Satan.
Yeah. Because you're not supposed to put none in you, you know. Anyway, but that's definitely the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, but it's like putting an idol in your temple.
Yeah,
that's right.
You know, you putting an idol in your temple. You the temple.
What the farmers do to their cattle and livestock, they brand them.
Yeah.
So when you take the inflatable MC hip, then you are basically saying that you are the property.
Yeah. Of the elites.
System of the elites.
Yeah.
Not the property of Yahweh Shemashah. Yeah, Goya. Goya.
And Yahweh Shai gonna penetrate us with his laws.
Yeah.
Command.
Put it in evil parts. Put my law in evil parts.
And the elect already have the implant anyway. Go to Ezekiel,
That Tawa, yeah.
the 9th chapter.
Yeah, that mark.
The mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Egyptian
Yeah,
objection.
which begin with the names, man. We in a time we about to see the power. The names we call upon. You see the names on the brother garment. You gonna see the power of that, man. You got this one.
And it's only going to get worse.
Yep.
And this is Mark 16 and 18. It shall not hurt them. They shall lay hands on the sick,
You talking about?
and they shall recover.
Yeah.
Yep. So, hey, that time is coming.
Yeah.
You know, a brother might be in his hour of temptation, and you don't have food. Maybe you've gone 3 days without food. Hey, another brother might come through with spiritual power. Hey, how about small sharp thought? Wow. You know what I'm saying? You got that Mediterranean, you got some lamb. Hey, we ain't worried about food, man.
Fuck this shit. Hey, who was the prophet?
Was it Nahum? Was it Ezekiel?
Was it? They was like, yo, go somewhere. He like, yo, I ain't never been there.
Yeah, he took him out of braids.
Habakkuk. Yeah.
So don't be surprised when Elder Boy come drop some balls off.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be hey, sisters. You know, sisters had visions.
Yeah.
I think Esau's out to try to grate them. Then a brother come through, spiritual power.
Yeah, and he beat them troops down like it was nothing, man.
Yeah.
You know, based off what the sister said, you know.
Hey, that's another reason, man. This dude trying to attack our God, Gene. Yeah. But you can't do that with the elect.
That's right.
See, the 2/3 are already given to you, man. The most already gave the 2/3 to you, so you can do your Frankenstein shit with them. That's right. But the 1/3, that's his virgin.
He want the Israel of the Most High.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Elder Kazak had made a published video or two about it. Hey, pray for spiritual power.
Pray for spiritual
Pray
power.
for faith and spiritual power.
Man, spiritual power.
Because your gun, your knife is not going to be able to do anything. Your hands is not going to be it's not going to be able to do anything compared to what Esau got coming, man.
And then even being in the woods, man, I ain't never spent the night in no fucking woods. Yeah. So I mean, of course you make your preparations, but can you imagine you in the woods 12 o'clock at night?
Yeah, feeling like this, and it's jet black, you hear animals moving around you. So pray you be not by yourself, but it's like, man, this give me the spiritual power, but Bakashah.
Yeah, then you off the grid?
You off the grid? So now I'll take the spiritual power, man. Yeah. You know, you gotta be realistic, like, man.
We need a standard lifted.
Yeah, because we don't think we country down here. Some brothers are calibrated to the rural life. Most of us just faucet boys, man. The inner city faucet water.
I ain't from around here, son.
You know,
it's real, bro.
Brother probably think them brothers down south good.
Man.
Yeah, they probably still pick car right now. Man.
They got dogs if they can.
But the point is, hey, we institutionalizing this shit like y'all, man. You know, and even if you got skill, man, you can only go so far because Esau is after you.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, Yahweh Shah said, my bad. Hey, what Yahweh Shah said, I will keep you from our temptation.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful point.
Yeah. Keep you from our temptation.
And that's why we're fighting and we're resisting. Yeah. And it's hard as hell. Like the spiritual resistance, the hell you catching, you got to endure it to qualify for that standard of being lifted, man.
And it's going to be the same practice that's needed to perform in the game.
Yep.
Because if you're not testing out, hey, this is what
it's real, brother.
Hey, Jack can say, look, I'm going to put up 50 points in the game. You're not even going to practice. You're not practicing. You know, Kobe, all the greats said that, I think it was Kobe, and it was another guy, the climber, that Edomite. They said, well, how do you get so cold and not scared to fall down? He said, I practice so much. He said, I practice so much that I'm so used to it. So when it's time to perform, I'm just cool about it.
It's second nature.
It's second nature because I don't put the practice in.
Let's say you sweat in the gym so you won't bleed in the streets or something like that. Yeah. You won't bleed in combat.
The second part of it, like going into the 2/3. And Kobe, why he never passed on the ball. He said, I practice with you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you're shit in practice. You're lazy in practice, man. You know.
I practice with you. I ain't gonna pass you ball in the game.
Kobe said these cats will come in super late and then leave early. And then want the ball during the game time. He said, hell no.
Yeah, that was a man with purpose, man.
Right.
Even without me getting deep into basketball like me, you know, you respected that guy because that man was purposeful, man. You know, he had you can see it in his eyes, like, bro, that was his life.
That's why everybody's talking about it now.
Yeah.
Everybody's on the podcast and the couch giving him his flowers, but he's gone.
Yeah,
you know, they talk about how much of a beast he was, how much of a dog he was.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Got something.
You got it, bro.
All right, it's the book of Hebrews, chapter 6 in the GNT. Hebrews 6 and
yeah.
Wow. Start at verse 9. But even if we speak like this, dear friends, we feel sure about you. We know that you have the better blessings that belong to your salvation.
Yep.
The Heavenly Father is not unfair. He will not forget the work you did or the love you showed for him.
You passed on. You know, your work still counts. Right? Hey, even right now, during Jacob's trouble, when we're unplugged from the internet, guess what? What we did now, it still counts.
Yeah.
These are brownie points, man. And brownie points goes into you're doing something for the appeasement so someone can act on behalf of you. And that's your how shot. Lord will mediate to your how protect them. Let me do this for him. Let me give him this.
That's why he gave us that grace period so we can kiss him through the spirit.
Yeah.
That's why I say kiss you the son.
That's right.
We try to get all the burning points that we can through the spirit. So therefore we can be accounted worthy in that great day. We can be accepted, you know.
And kiss goes into what? Follow the instructions.
The Heavenly Father is not unfair.
Right.
He will not forget the work you did or the love you showed for him in the.
You fucking talking about the apostle too hard, the apostle should retire. But what about the scripture in Ecclesiasticus that talks about how a prophet supposed to wax old in his word?
Well, did the Apostle Paul retire?
No.
And then if we left it up to you niggas, we'll be shit, man. If we let you niggas lead, we gonna die together.
With a fitted hat on.
With a fitted hat.
Yeah.
T-shirt in my panties on.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I hate you niggas, man.
He will not forget the work you did. And I love how it say he's not unfair, man.
Yeah.
The Heavenly Father is not unfair. He will not forget the work you did or the love you showed for him.
Doing the work, being charitable, picking up the phone when you feel like picking up the phone, dropping her brother off, opening up your cribs, fellowshipping. You know, just doing what's needed, the requirements of being a good brother. Keep pushing.
Or the love you showed for him and the help you gave and are still giving
Right.
to your fellow, let's say Christians, we know, follows Yahushua.
Right.
Our great desire is that each of you keep up his eagerness to the end.
Hey, remember the reason why you came in. Hey, Yash ain't around. Hey, what was that term Jay-Z had? How you begin, how you started? Treat my first like my last. You treat your last, hey, treat my first like my last and my last like my first. Meaning what? That same ambition you came in again, that's what you in with. And that's why it's best to be, again, have a routine and be disciplined.
Oh, yeah, I know this
than
is
to be motivated.
Yeah, if I can land back Zaquan, also even more. Because it's another scripture in Hebrews, KJV, it says exhort one another so much the more as you see the day approaching.
Yeah.
So you had that same spirit, but then you even more on fire now.
Because that's how you increase your endurance too. If you jogging right, man, your last 20 feet, 10 yards, you haul last.
That's right.
That's how you increase your endurance,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
So you see the finish line, you're really supposed to try to, pick it up.
It say each one of you keep up his eagerness to the end.
Don't let no man take your crown, man. And that crown in the Revelation goes into your eternal blessings.
So that the things you hope for will come true.
Kingdom, salvation. Really salvation at this time frame. It's to be delivered from the
It's your one more verse, bro. Our last verse 12. We do not want you to become lazy.
Right.
But to be like those who believe.
And you have to be on fire, man, because as anything comes to an end, you will get lazy. You will get tired, saying to put thoughts in your mind, to create self-doubt. Certain days you don't feel like doing certain things, but you got to do it. Because ultimately, Satan use you to get you out the truth.
But you had mentioned those other guys, they're pretty much lazy. They speak about how the apostles should retire and stuff.
Yeah.
And you niggas lazy, man.
Yeah.
We do not want you to become lazy, but to be like those who believe.
Right, like the apostles are. Multiple videos throughout the day. Now, all of us can't do that, but still put your work in. Meet the mandate, which is 3 videos per week.
But to be patient like those who believe, but to be like those who believe and are patient and so receive what the Heavenly Father has promised.
That's it.
All right, so look, with that, we hope this was an edification. Once again, we want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Kakadash.
We also want to give double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings, health and wellness to the house of David the elect. Abba,
From Yahshua. Shalom.
Hey, we just gonna dip the fuck out. Was brothers gonna link up tonight?